What's up, everybody? It's your buddy Choppadong coming at you again with another video slate breakdown slash player picks slash general DFS NHL advice slash you name it. I do it. I am a coach and contributor inside DFSArmy.com, one of the 20, and I focus on bankroll management, a few of the sports, more of a cash game player, but you do get some GPP thoughts out of me from time to time, and I'd like to walk you through the supplementary piece to our write-up today for DFS NHL. We have a 6-game slate. Let's jump in. We'll talk particulars about DFS Army and stuff towards the end of the video, but let's just jump on in with a little bit of chop talk today. What I look for first when I'm looking at NHL stuff, I'm looking for back-to-back stuff. Now, I want to see who my tired teams are and who's getting ready to become tired with the first game of a back-to-back tonight. So when I look, I go to leftwinglock.com, free website, shows a lot of cool stuff, and I start looking in this area here for the back-to-back. And right now I can see that the New York Islanders are on the back end of a back-to-back. That puts New Jersey potentially in a good spot. When I look, scroll down a little bit more, nothing. I can sort of see, I can come back later in the day, see who's confirmed and whatnot, but I scroll down, back end of a back-to-back. I think we missed one in Dallas, back end of a back-to-back. So that puts Detroit possibly in a good spot, puts Arizona possibly in a good spot. There you have it. There you are. Another thing that I like to do is come to the skaters and the line production. I can see the line combos if I want, but I like to look at the line production. I like to go with the 3-game, most recent, who's hot, who's not scenario. And we're going to scroll down here, take a peek. Instead of 10 games like it likes to give me, I'd rather blow it out to, whoa, look at that. That's an interesting default that it just gave me today. And it's not even sorted goals for and goals against. I said submit, did I not? Well. How interesting is that? Well, let's search goals for. It'll let me do it, which of course it's not letting me do it. Unstinking believable. Had to do it live on the air, didn't it? Sometimes we get to deal with this stuff, sometimes we don't. All right, left wing lock, you're out. But what I like to do is sort by, there'll be a little thing in here, pops up 10 entries. It'll show you the top 10 scoring lines for those last 3 games. I like to sort it out by 25. It gives me the option to do so. And I'm going to see who's the number 1, who's number 2, who are the better lines, and are they playing tonight, and which one should I be focusing on? New York Islanders, number 2. Scored 8 goals last week. I would be willing, or the last 3 games, I would be willing to bet you they're up on top of that list. Down here, Vegas won 7 goals in the last 3 games. I'd be willing to bet you they're up there as well. If I click goals against, I can start sorting by the goals against, and I can start finding, it'll bring the guys up to the top that are running poorly. And if I scroll down far enough, surely I should start finding some. I'm not finding them yet. I don't know where these combos are coming from. This is absolutely insane. I've never seen it default and basically brain fart on me like this. So bear with me as I scroll down and try to find some of these worse matchups. And I'm just not seeing it. Oh my goodness, what a disaster. What an absolute disaster. Let's just try and show you this really quickly with 10 games. See if it's going to give it to me. It is not. They must be updating their stuff because this is brutal. But it will bring these other games to, like a 6-goal against. That would tell you Nashville 2 is giving up goals. So when you're looking through my article today, you'll see where I pointed some of that out, where, Philly 1 is matched up against the New York Rangers 1, where New Jersey Devils 1 is matched up against the New York Islanders lines of 1, 2, and 4, which are all giving up goals right now. And that's where I get a lot of this information from. So I tend to be a teach a man to fish kind of guy. You'll see me do a lot of the repetitious behavior, a lot of the routine, and that's because every good DFS player has a routine that they go through day in and day out to accumulate the information as efficiently as they possibly can. So there's a little bonus tip for you today. But let's go ahead and close that bastard out because that wasn't doing me any good. I will look at these lines and see who's paired with whom and what they're going, basically, again, the matchups. It'll show me with home ice advantage that the New Jersey 1 might be running up against the, New York 1 or the New York 2 most times. But New York has home ice last shift change advantage, and so they may actually operate or decide to attack or try to get up against the second line. If that happens, the hot line here might try to match up against the leakier New Jersey 2 line, which means the 1 may match up against the 1. Sometimes you never know, but if you watch these games, you can follow through and figure out how those matchups work. Some coaches obviously are just going to run their best against their best. Others are going to try and play those matchups a little bit, and that can give you a leg up on the competition if you pay attention and learn how to read those situations and scenarios. But we said we'd focus on value today. Let's do that. What I do is I go to the NHL tab, rotogrinders.com, also free. Go under More Research Tools, Skater Stats, and I'm going to cut this one down a little bit. What I want to do is cut this down to 4 weeks. I want to see who's hot. I don't care what you did in October or November. I want to see what you're doing lately. So I'll go to the last 4 weeks, get a 9 to 12 game sample size. I will sort by salary. I will come down here and say all. And I will scroll down to the very bottom and start working my way up with the value plays of the night. Scroll up, so there's a couple right there. You don't usually see green this far down. It's a very, very good sign. Bolivar, whatever, Bovier, whatever, how the hell you pronounce his name. It's hockey. It's hard to pronounce all these guys' names. I will look at him, pull up his game log, and see he's running hot his last 3 games. 16, 36, 15 points, averaging 12.91 points a game over the last 4 weeks, a lot of it recently. There's another good game in there. So 4 of his last 6 games have been good. Now, we didn't get a lot down in here. It's been a while since we've seen some consistency, but he is running hot lately. Why? Scoring goals. 4 goals in his last 3 games, along with an assist and about, 7 shots or so. Pretty efficient shooting. I want to look at Bovier and see, Bovier, whatever. And he runs on the New York 2, which is the hot line. As we just pointed out, doesn't get any power play time, but he's only 3.1K. Nice little one-off. Get you exposure to this line. He's putting the biscuit in the basket here lately, and who knows? Might end up working out tonight against that New Jersey 2. That's their soft spot. Not a bad shot to take as a one-off if you're not stacking Islanders tonight, being on the back end of a back-to-back. Get you a little bit of access to them just in case. But it would also allow you to run it back by running up against one of these more expensive lines in New Jersey. So a good value play there. Look up here at Drew Stafford. Well, let's stay in the same game. Take a look at Drew Stafford. He is on the power play 1. You might like him better than Bovier. At 3.2K, only $100 more, and now watch this. You're going to get access to the power play 1, which gives you Taylor Hall the stud. It puts you on the second scoring line here with Johansson and Zajac. It gets you access to Palmieri on the 1. And Vatanen, all of whom are running hot. I'll show you how I find that out. When I do this, let's scroll back up. Let's click off, go into filters. Let's click off all these teams except the New Jersey Devils. See what I just did there? Sort them by salary. Actually, let's sort them by production. And let's let the cream rise to the top. And let's see Drew Stafford, 5th in production on the team over the last 4 weeks, averaging 11 points per game. Has access to Vatanen and Palmieri and Hall, all on the power play 1. The only one you're missing out on is Hershier, who at 5.9 is not a terrible play in his own right. So you could easily stack Vatanen, Stafford, Palmieri, and Hall. Let me show you what that does for you here on the scoring lines. Hall, power play 1, line 1. Stafford, power play 1, line 2. Palmieri, power play 1, line 3. Vatanen, top defensive pairing, hogging all the minutes, power play 1. Vatanen's going to overlap with 1, 2, and 3 scoring lines, and he's going to be out there at the same time with all these guys on the power play. You want to spread something out for cash? This is how you do it. This had better be a chalky line tonight. If not, people are not seeing things the way they should be seeing things in cash. In cash, I don't necessarily want to stack all of my plays on one line. And the reason why is I'm very boom or bust that way. If all of the goals came out of these 2 lines down here, I'm screwed. Game could score 6 goals, and if my guys up here get none, I'm screwed. I'm kind of all in. It's a very risky play. However, if I spread out a little bit and overlap on either a scoring line or a power play, like I could run Hall and Bratt in the same line and then differentiate a little bit on the power play 2. If the power play 2 scores, maybe Bratt got some of the goals, got some of the production. But he's out there most of the time with Hall and Bratt, and so I'm okay. I'm not completely consolidated on one line. So I guess this line here that I just pointed out is better off when you see them all stacked up like power play 2 here, all on the same line. Okay? Now, what I've done is I've spread out, though, further, and I've got access to the first line, access to the second line, access to the third line. So I don't care if we score 5 goals tonight. I don't care where they come from. I've probably got access to a few of those goals. That's going to raise my floor in cash games. It's going to hurt my ceiling a little bit for GPPs, but it's going to raise my floor in cash games. Now, if I get a little bit lucky and Vatanen threw the biscuit up to him, I might get the assist out of Vatanen and goal out of either Palmieri, Stafford, or Hall. That's what I'm really ultimately looking for, and I'm willing to take that chance because I'm so spread out. I'm getting access to all of the goals that are being scored across all of the lines. Now, if I get really lucky and I get them on the power play 1, I can end up with the Stack Slam. Stack Slam's a coin or a term I'm coining out on Twitter that when I have both assists and the goal, it's a Stack Slam. And I try to put those in my articles when I got position. This is definitely one tonight. Vatanen, Palmieri, Stafford, Hall. Cheap access to all 4 big guns on that team, all spread out. Why don't I mind spreading out tonight? Because all 4 of these lines suck defensively. Something's going to happen. Something's going to give somewhere, and I want access to it, hopefully on the power play. If not, I got a little bit of correlation with a D1 and then one of these 3 lines. Hopefully I get the assist and the goal out of that. If not, at least I got a piece. Very safe move tonight. Very safe. That said, let's dig in and find some more value. Turn these guys back on. Hope I didn't drive that point too hard, but man, it was important because goodness gracious. Scroll on down, click all again. Where'd we leave off? There's Chychrun. He's another good one. He should be the next green guy. He is. Next green guy was Chychrun. Always a good one-off. Timo Meyer's running a little bit well, running pretty hot over the last 4 weeks. Theodore, Goligoski, watch Theodore. Here's why we dig in and we take a peek when we see this. We see, oh, look, Theodore, he's on the Vegas. He's got access to the power play 1. Their top line's doing all the scoring. Let's look and see let's confirm. Look at his game log here. Poopsie. Not so great. I got to amuse myself sometimes too. But here's why. No goals, no assists. Not even a lot of shots on goal right now. Dude ain't playing so well. All his stuff came from back in here when he was pumping off a big game in 18 and 9 and 18 and 9, whatever. Go back up here towards the top, and you've got a 4, a 3, a 9, and 8. You know, I mean, ugh. It's not very good. So Theodore is not the value this graphic is showing that he is. Tyler Bozak, you might take a peek at him. Running up against St. Louis tonight. St. Louis coming off their bye. Might be a little rusty. Here's where your value lies in the slate tonight. You got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 guys to look at, all in the mid to upper 4K range. Grab a couple. Take a peek. You want to scroll up even farther, get to the blue guys. Provorov. All right, I can shoot a hole in Provorov. He's been running great lately, but Gostisbehere is coming back tonight. So that doesn't mean Provorov's bad play. It means a lot of people are going to fall for that chalk. And most likely, if I'm in a GPP, I'm fading it. In chalk, I might take it. I want access to, you know, that Philly line, and both defensemen are great on that first defensive pairing. And to be honest with you, the New York Rangers' first line and both defensive pairings are kind of suspect defensively. So he's in a great spot, and he might perform. He's been performing lately. But with Gostisbehere coming back, he's not going to get all of the run on the power play and all of the quarterbacking duties as they bring the puck up the ice. He's going to be sharing a little bit of that. Therefore, since his price has come up in the industry, if we take a peek at him, his price is coming up. Look at this over the last few games. That price is skyrocketing. A little overpriced. Might be, I mean, you're going to say, how's he overpriced when 4 out of his last, 4 games are all over 15 points? Well, okay, in that range he's not. But for price-wise, considering Gostisbehere's coming back, I'm going to consider him a little overpriced. I think he's worth a smart GPP fade tonight. Now, you might run him in cash. Joe Thornton, not bad. Barzal's the hot one here that I missed. This is the blue one. So you get yourself a little bit of Barzal, and he's running good with those guys on that same line. And again, cheap stack over there that we pointed out earlier. Scroll up a little bit more, and you got your Dallas stuff. Klingberg is always a good one-off. Okay, he's a very offensive-minded defensive player, and he gets a lot of ice time, gets the power play time. Radulov has kicked it in lately, though, and for 6.7K, and 6.3K, you got yourself a $13,000 mini stack, which is a very, very nice price for guys producing 16 points a game, which is typically what we find up here at the top for 8K. About a $2,000 to $4,000 discount. Now they're on the back end of a back-to-back, and they're playing Detroit, so maybe that's not the matchup you want to pick on. Maybe it is. I don't know. But this is where I would go. It's cheap, and they're playing well. So this is the kind of stuff, I mean, golly, look at the 21 way down here from Couturier, whatever. You know what I'm talking about. And Taylor Hall. These are guys that I'd be considering too. These guys, production-wise, is underneath the top prices in the league on the slate. These are the value plays. These are the guys you should be focusing on finding, putting them in good spots, and then correlating them a little bit. I already mentioned how to correlate Hall. If you want to correlate Couturier, you're going to get him with Giroux most likely. And Philly is running up against a good matchup tonight with the New York Rangers. So when I scroll down a little bit, take a look at Philly. You know, Konechny's got a little bit of correlation with him, not on the power play. Couturier, Giroux, Voracek, Simmons. Correlate them. You want to run off two lines in cash, run Couturier, Giroux, and then run Simmons. Put him up there with Provorov. Gospier's going to come back on the one, but put him up there with Provorov. Provorov gets them even strength, gets access to these two lines. So you want to run Voracek and Giroux, or, you know, like I said, you can spread out a little bit in cash. Now in your GPPs, you probably concentrate and take these two for sure, and run, you know, say Gospier. So anyway, those are just some ideas of how you find that value, sorting through this type of stuff, how you double check it with the game logs by clicking on their names, popping their game logs out, taking a look at the production that they've been cranking lately to make sure they're hot, and then looking at the matchup to see who they match up against line on line, and if this is one of the weak spots. You just start checking the boxes, just like we did for NFL box checkers. Check the boxes. Are they hot? Are they matched up well? Are they running good? Boom, 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 done. Is the game supposed to be in a good spot? Are they cheap? Are they bringing value on this page here? If the answer is yes, then that's how you run it. All right, my name's Chapadong. You follow me inside DFSArmy.com. You follow me out here on Twitter at Chapadong, where you get a lot of access to a lot of our articles and a lot of our content on any given day. I'm about to drop this article. I'm going to slap this supplementary piece into it, and you're going to get both the video and the write-up. So click over to DFSArmy.com, and you'll find the article right here in this spot in our featured C. You can find us under NHL articles. Free. There's some premium content in there too. MMA, PGA, can't forget soccer. NBA, tons of tabs for you to run down, from depth charts to podcasts to articles to basic training in NBA. NFL is maybe over for most of you, but point is, tons of stuff there. You got access to Domination Station, which is our lineup optimizer in all of the major sports that we carry or that we cover. Tons of strategy articles and a ton of tutorials to show you how to use the world's most customizable optimizer at the Domination Station. You want to check really quick? I'll show you the prices. I'm not scared. We bring the best value in the industry to you. You can try us out free for a month by signing up for a new website, whether it be PlayDraft or whether it be Draftkings if you've never done Draftkings. Sign up, use Chiefs ST or Chief ST, CHIEFST as your promo code. Drop $20 on a new website. Boom. You're in like Flint. Or you can run $39.99 a month and you get access to damn everything. Everything we offer. Everything we offer that I just showed you. Tons of stuff to fill your day and get you fired from work. $39.99 a month. Use code CHOP, CHOP. Knock 10% off of that for $35.99 a month. That's a grandfathered in price. It never goes away. If our rates change from 39 to 45 to 40 to 49 to 55 to 60, whatever, as we add more contributors and we add more tools and we add more optimization, you're going to see that price go up. I promise you, if you wait till NFL next year, the price will be higher. But if you get in there today, use that code CHOP, CHOP, that 10% discount, your price stays at $35.99 for as long as you remain a member. Best investment you can make, hands down. Or if you want the ultimate cheap route, you go $33 a month and you just buy up for the year. The problem is next year that number is going to be different too. This one won't change if you use the code CHOP and lock in at the $35.99. It will change if you do any other option. Point is, jump in, give us a shot, and jump out on Twitter, like, subscribe this video on YouTube, and we'll bring more content to you as we go. Follow along for the NHL strategy guide to drop its third piece this week. Obviously, you're going to get slate breakdowns. If you follow me out on Twitter, you get slate breakdowns by everybody for NBA, for every sport that we follow. Peace out, guys. Have a good day, and we will talk to you very, very soon.